Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We are here in San Diego, California for the first drive of this vehicle right here. What the heck is it? It's your 2025 Toyota Camry. This is your XLE trim with all-wheel drive. But before we get into this new color on a redesign of the legend, the Toyota Camry, let's talk about what's going on here. Camry's been around for quite some time, and it's been that go-to. I mean, let's just be flat out and say it's been that go-to for people needing that mid-size sedan. Now, of course, you have competition from Honda with the Accord. They came out during the same time in the 1970s, but you know what? Things have changed. The competitors, the competition has changed. And one brand that really is making big strides is Kia. Kia, this Korean car company that didn't start selling cars here in the United States until the early 1990s, is now playing on the same field as Toyota with this Camry. And the vehicle that it goes up against is the refresh Kia K5. So what I want to find out is, if you're looking for the best new midsize sedan, do you go Camry with all the changes, or do you go with the Kia K5? Let's go ahead. Let's dive into our Ocean Gem. That's the name of the color. New color, Ocean Gem Camry XLE, and find out. Right off the bat, when you look at an XLE, there's going to be some unique finishes, not only on the outside, but also on the inside. Let me show you some of those differences. When you look at the lower corners on the XLE, you're not getting any gloss black. I actually like this look. On the XSE, it has some gloss black to it, but you do have a functional corner air curtain. And then of course up top, you're gonna get full LED lighting, daytime running lamps, turn signals, and the headlights. One of the things I like as we coast in front of the grille of the XLE is I like the color of this lower grille. Metallic, gunmetal, metallic gray finish. And you see the gray goes all the way across, fully functional, not only in the middle, but also up top. And you do have a forward-facing camera. You can see the sparkling of that Ocean Gem. And then as you work your way down, I think having the body color along the lower lip really gives it a nice balance between the gray and the surrounding color, whatever body color you go with, this being the Ocean Gem color. Now, this grille is unique to the XLE trim. And one of the finishes I like is how they have this diamond pattern as it flows into that body colored area. Really has a nice aggressive look, which should be no surprise because remember, on the previous gen, the Camry got more aggressive. It wasn't looking like basically a refrigerator with wheels. It started to get more sporty, more aggressive, and they're bringing it into this new generation as well. Now, as we rise up, you have your nice aluminum finish on the Toyota badge. And then the body lines, I mean, this part right here is my favorite. I love how you have this nice deep groove on both sides of the hood. Give it a bunch of character. And if you look at the front of the vehicle, you could see the family resemblance between this, the Camry, and the Prius. They all match up very nicely, but they still look different, each and every one of them. Now, as we come around the bend, what are we working wheel and tire setup? Now, when you go XLE, you're going 18-inch wheel. On the XSE, you get a 19-inch wheel, but this is an 18-inch wheel, 18 by 8, machined aluminum, gloss black. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size of the tires? You're looking at 235 on the width, 45 series sidewall. And remember, they come standard front-wheel drive. Ours is optional with the all-wheel drive. And the great news is you don't have to go with a top trim like an XLE or an XSE to get all-wheel drive. You could put all-wheel drive on any of the trims, including the standard entry-level LE. But definitely liking the wheel style with that Ocean Gem color. Now, as we come down the side, look at where they start the body line. Nice indentation in the front fender, goes down the side of the vehicle. You got color matched on the mirror caps. LED turn signals, looking good. And then you have bright, shiny metalwork, top and bottom. And then look at what they did. Thank you, Toyota. We have a panoramic sunroof. That's not the thing I'm thinking Toyota about. They painted both the back portion and the shark fin antenna and the front portion black. So it's all unison, all a cohesive design. On the XLE is where you're going to have this bright, shiny metalwork, but you still get the nice color match door handles. And then you also get that color match side skirt extension that drops down towards the rear. Like I said, we have all-wheel drive. You can't get your Honda Accord all-wheel drive. And good luck with the K5. Just saying. Working our way towards the rear, clean exterior finish on the trunk. No spoiler or anything like that. You're going to get full LED lighting on the XSE, and this all lights up at night. There's our all-wheel drive badge and the new hybrid electric vehicle badge. Camry in bright aluminum silver, and this is body color. This is unique to the XLE, having the body color in the center and then the Camry spelled out with bright silver aluminum style letters. Working our way down, I'm gonna have to zonk this bottom portion. And the reason why I am is that there's no gloss black anywhere on the exterior of the car. Why are they putting gloss black down here? I would have liked to have seen this body colored. I also would like to have some type of exhaust finisher. Just to give it that little, if this is an XLE, L, luxury, nice touches, just a little bit of little finesse, a little pizzazz at the back. But other than that, I think they did a bang up job on this XLE. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and talk MPGs and horsepower of this midsize sedan. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. You do have a prop rod. I'm gonna let it slide. That's really not the biggest deal. Now, what may be a big deal to you is no more V6, no more 8-speed automatic. The only choices you have to make as a consumer is what trim you want to go with and whether you want it to be front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive like our XLE is. But let's talk about the nitty-gritty. Underneath the hood, you have that 2.5 liter naturally aspirated inline-4 with Toyota's new gen hybrid system consisting of 2 electric motors. When you go all-wheel drive, you're actually getting more horsepower than front-wheel drive. 232 horsepower. It's mated to a CVT. MPGs, 44 in the city, 43 on the highway. That is with the all-wheel drive. If you want to maximize your MPGs, the best way to do that is to get an LE. Front-wheel drive, you're looking at over 50 miles per gallon. 0 to 60 in about 6.5 seconds. So not the fastest, but definitely where you're gonna win the race is as you're passing the gas stations when all the competition, especially the Kia, has to pull over for fuel. Kia with the K5 is not getting MPGs like this vehicle because there isn't a hybrid version of the K5. But why don't we go ahead, let's turn this thing on and see it move. All right, guys, we are inside this 2025 Toyota Camry XLE. Anytime I'm in San Diego or San Diego, I always think of Ron Burgundy. It'd be cool to take him for a little on-throttle spin. Maybe he show me around his town, and who knows where things would go for Rady's rides after that. But I know you're probably saying to yourself, well, Joe, I've been looking at Kias. I can't believe it. I never thought I would ever want to look at a Kia, but I've been looking at the Kia K5. But you had me very curious. You had me at hello with this Camry XLE. How much is it? Very good question. First of all, MSRP for any Camry, for the base one, the LE, is under $30,000. This one, with the optional color, with the way that it's been spec'd out, you're looking at an MSRP of $39,960. That's with all-wheel drive. So let's see exactly what this Camry's bringing for that price to the door panels. When you go XLE, you're getting a little bit higher luxury style. Now, you'll notice that diamond style pleating that they have with that microfiber suede material. Something different, something new. I'm on the fence about it, but I'm sure some people will love it out there. The armrest is nice soft material with the stitching, no gloss black. Door pocket, you could easily get a California avocado in there and a big spoon to scoop out the avocado and make some guacamole. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, each Camry is going to have different material here, each trim. This is specifically for the XLE. The good news is you shouldn't really be touching this, because if you do, it will get dirty very quickly. And there is some gloss black here, but this is another area that you really shouldn't be touching. So that's good. You slide on in, you're going to get a 12.3-inch infotainment system screen. What I like about it is, watch this. You hit the button, and you could do the 360 scan to see if anybody's creeping on you in a parking lot or a side street. And the graphics are really clear. They really bumped up the resolution super nicely. Look at this. Boom. There we are, sitting here. I just wish it was ocean gem and not the white color there that you see. But I'll throw it into reverse as well. Backup cameras, look how clear it is. Nice trajectory. Very happy to see that. And then, of course, you're going to have your wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. You got the driver profiles that you could set up. Everything that we've shown you with Toyota multimedia systems in the past is true with this one as well. That easy-to-work navigation, full touchscreen. You got your toggle switches, 3 stages of ventilated seats, 3 stages of heated seats, dual climate control, which is nice. I'm actually changing the mode right now, but dual climate control. Start-stop button, easy to reach. Look at that. Boop, boop. Down below, you got wireless charging, USB-A, 2 USB-Cs. You could put 4 California Twinkies in there. Those are Twinkies with guacamole in the center. This is going to control your CVT, no more 8-speed. Different mode selection, sport, normal, and eco. Your 2 cup holders. Look how soft this is. That's Charmin soft. With the stitching, open it up. Guess what? I could fit easily 12 Atari game cartridges. And guess what? California is the home place of Atari. And here's another little fun fact if you didn't know. The reason why they called it Atari is because it's an American company that makes video games back then. And they wanted to sound more like a Japanese company. That's where they came up with the name Atari. You also have a 12-volt. And then the key fob, I wish Toyota would do something with this key fob, because I feel like it's a key fob that they used to sell on the Viper alarms back in the 1990s. Just not really super fancy or special. It just says Camry on the back. And if you need to have that there to remember what car you bought, you might need to go get some help. But that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Seats, first time ever in a Camry. These are real leather. They're not Softex. They're not New Lux. They're not vinyl. They're not vegan leather. It's real leather. You got some of this nice cloth pattern here on the bolstering. Full power assist for the passenger. Full power assist for the driver. I got a panoramic sunroof for everybody to get their Sunny D. And nicely wrapped in this new interior. But why don't you come over here to the business end? I want to show you behind the steering wheel in this Camry. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. I'm surprised there's no fancy sill plate. That, to me, is a zonk. The good news is, though, we do have memory seat settings. Nice to have the 2 memory seat settings there. Easy to get to the controls. Look at that, 1, 2, 3. I'm sitting in here, and the way that they've redesigned the seats, I thought the previous Camry was comfortable, but guess what? They listened to Camry owners, and they wanted changes, and Toyota made some big changes to the frame of the seat and to the cushions themselves. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of room. Steering wheel, it's got the leather, it's got the nice contrast stitching. Horn button, I would like to see just a little nicer horn button, but you got flat black on all the switchgear. It is a manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. And then of course you do have your 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. I like when you go into the different modes. It's like a video game. I know Steven is a big video game player, and he likes to have all the video games here nicely done, just like Gran Turismo, or how he says it, Gran Turismo. But nice to have all that information, easy to read. You go through it very well, and you have a head-up display. But why don't we go ahead, let's get into the back seat and see what kind of room there is for your passengers in this new Camry. All right, guys, back seat time. And I really wanted to kind of show you what we did was I left the seats, the rear seats, exactly where I was sitting and exactly where Steven was sitting. And just to show you that you still have a decent amount of legroom back here. Trust me, these seats can slide up very easily, and the front passengers would still have plenty of room. You have nice large pockets where you could keep a couple issues of Mad Magazine, maybe some comic books. And then, of course, you're going to have AC vents and USB-Cs. One and a USB-A, one of those as well. I like the layout of the room in here. And then, of course, nice Charmin soft. That's like a quadruple ply with 2 cup holders. But why don't we go ahead, let's get into the trunk and see what type of junk we could put in this Camry. All right, guys, time to get into the trunk. Hit the button real simple, opens it up. You have over 15 cubic feet of space. I really like how low the cargo floor is. You do have a spare, and you have those easy pull handles. See how it says pull? You pull those to fold down the rear seat to get maximum space for all of your junk. But why don't we go ahead, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's fire this thing up and take it for a spin. All right, guys, we are in this 2025 Toyota Camry XLE with all-wheel drive. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. I want to go on throttle and see how it accelerates. On throttle, here we go. Much quicker than the front-wheel drive. And it's funny because you would think, oh, it doesn't have that much more horsepower than the front-wheel drive version, but it just really pulls a little bit harder off the line, and you're not getting any slip, which is awesome. Of course, I have it in sport mode to give me the best sensitivity in steering, throttle, and how the transmission behaves with the engine. Once again, on throttle. So I think it's going to surprise you. Is it as quick as the V6 was? No. But what you're getting that is so much better is going to be obviously the fuel economy. I mean, to have over 40 miles to the gallon and you're in a vehicle that has all-wheel drive, that is quite phenomenal. And they definitely did a great job with that. Another thing you're going to notice compared to the previous generation is just how much quieter it is in the cabin. You got acoustic glass for the windshield, thicker side glass, better sound deadening material, a more rigid frame that cuts down on the vibration and the harshness, and there's not a lot of wind noise, which is also a big plus. But visibility out the front is really nice. That clear graphics with the nice large fonts and everything for the information on your dash gives you all the important stuff that you need. Getting to that 12.3 inch is well within reach. And the fact that the seats are more supportive and comfortable just really blow my mind. Another thing that I think you're really going to like about the Camry is that they've actually quickened the responses and the inputs. So what I mean by that is I like the steering feel a lot more in here. It's more precise. Same thing with throttle and braking. They revamped those things in this vehicle to really make a more cohesive, buttoned-up driving experience. So that's another thing to think about with this new Camry over the previous generation. I think with the 16-speaker JBL sound system, you're going to get some nice clear audio. Plus, the room in here is phenomenal. It's crazy to think that some brands have given up on sedans, but I definitely like the interior more than the Kia K5. I like the infotainment and the way everything is arranged. And then, like I said, at the end of the day, all-wheel drive and killer MPGs is really mind-blowing that they're bringing with this Camry XLE trim. Head-up display, nice clear graphics. It's got your speed. It tells you what gear you're in, drive, reverse, neutral, so on and so forth. And it's got the speed limit signs, plus your lane keep assist, all within the head-up display. All right, guys, you ready? I'm ready. On throttle. We're gonna get out onto the highway and see how this Camry XLE gets the job done. But I'm just really impressed with the work that they've done to the suspension, the steering rack, and of course, the hybrid system. That really is the MVP with this new Camry. But very, very respectable what they're able to produce. And the fact that this is actually less expensive than last year's model really is telling of what Toyota wants to do with the Camry. But I think the nice thing is with the materials, you got, like I said, for the first time, real leather seats in a Toyota Camry. And just a great hyper miler of a midsize sedan. I mean, what you lack in acceleration, you're definitely going to save as you just keep going and going and not having to stop for fuel. That is really where you're going to see the true benefit of this vehicle. But it really is telling when you get behind the wheel, the changes that they've made to this new Camry. And you can't argue with the price. The fact that they didn't raise the price. But I'm hoping that this has been a good overall review of what the Camry, especially the XLE with all-wheel drive, is bringing to the table. We're going to get back and wrap this one up. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been another wonderful day out here in San Diego, just like Ron Burgundy would say, from Anchorman. But definitely want to thank the whole Toyota team for getting us access to this XLE Camry with all-wheel drive. Let me know what you think. Is this better than the Kia K5? Let me know down in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Rights family. We got to give it up to the man behind the lens. He woke up at 3 a.m. Eastern, and now we're in California, and it's about 4:30 Pacific in the afternoon, and we have not had one nap or break. So give it to Steven for staying awake. He's been drinking the caffeine. He actually injected some right into his veins where he normally puts his steroids since he's getting swole. Thank you, Steven, for all that you do and your commitment. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.